Greetings and welcome to a long overdue bench update rambling video thing. And yes, you'll hear some TV noises in the background because the wife is watching. But I thought I'd still give it a go to record some stuff. Yeah, so a couple of months have passed since the last update. So this is kind of a March, April update thing. I decided not to do an update in March because nothing really happened there. Just some slow BMW improvements, really, and yeah, I continued on with the Panzer IV a little bit from the February update. As in, I painted some tools and glued on, as well as the shielding stuff. And then I haven't decided really on what kind of a camo job I'm gonna be doing on this, and I decided to stop focusing on this thing and start focusing purely on the BMW. So I just put this thing aside, really. And also I had this Hawk in the February update. Since then I have finished painting it and I've started doing the decals on it, but I got kind of bored with it, so again I put it aside to focus on the BMW, the Drift Missile, and yeah, the video on that is slowly coming together. But I have finished the interior tub with some scratch built hydraulic brakes and converted it to a manual, stuff like that, and somehow I managed to put the racing seat way too far forward there, but we'll make do. As well as the steering wheel is not quite centered on the seat, but I don't really care about that anymore. I also finished the chassis bit. Try to make a little negative camber on this thing, but when it sits with the body on and everything, it always keeps correcting itself. So yeah. But also added some scratch built details on the underside there, some wiring and brake lines, and keeping the stock wheels as of yet. I might still change out the front, so I haven't really decided yet, but I've started working on the body, giving it a look of paint. Still need to fix those streaks that I put on the top there, removing some dust. Just gotta lightly sand this sucker up and shoot another layer of color on it. Other than that, I am getting quite a smooth finish on it, I think. The hood is taped off because that's painted red, and yeah, so that's coming along quite slowly. I'm not really doing as many modeling times as I would have liked, perhaps. But instead I've been buying a lot of kits, I guess. And all the kits that I am about to show you guys arrived in the month of April. April, yes. But these are so many kits. Don't think that I've been buying this many kits just in April. These are bought through January, February, March, and April, because HobbyLink Japan lets you store things in your cart for 60 days. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. Got a jump cut here a little bit because I forgot a couple of things that I want to show you as well. So yeah, let's start off with the order from HobbyLink Japan, which is a couple of months in the making, kind of. I saw these on there, my favorite ever Japanese wheels, and they were real cheap, so I just threw them in there, yeah. As well as I purchased these because they were like super cheap on HobbyLink Japan, and I was also ordering a kit that I thought this would specifically fit quite nicely. but we'll see about that because it is 17 inches and the car actually comes with 15 inches as standard. But yeah, it is what it is. I still went ahead and bought it. But yeah, anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about here. This guy, Aoshima B-Max collaboration. I've actually been waiting on this to come out a little bit, just because it's a really cool race car. It's a Volvo 240 Turbo, and iconic touring car in my eyes, at least. And yeah, went ahead and got it. I kind of wanted to do an inbox on it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. And then I saw somebody else beat me to it, so I just didn't do it. And yeah, I also wanted to make a model of my buddy's car. He bought a couple of years ago a Chevy Corvette. This is though a Chevrolet Corvette. This is a Chevrolet Corvette for some reason. It was super cheap. It's like 1400 yens, this kit, which I think is super cheap, at least compared to kit prices here in Iceland. And I just went for it. It's an Ari kit, which I had never heard about before this. And the review said it was a nice kit for a beginner, quite simplified, but looking in here, it's actually quite a neat kit. It got some flashing and looks kind of like an old kit, much like any AMT or Revell kit of American muscle cars, except this one doesn't have any engine details, but it does have the right wheels, the same wheels as my friend has on his car. And it also comes with like the roof closings in solid plastic as well as in clear plastic, which I think is real cool. So I can just smoke these up and put them in to make them exactly like my friend's car. But yeah, so this was a neat surprise as quite a decent kit, I think. But I guess the proof is in the pudding, and we'll see when it comes to assembly time, which is gonna be somewhere in the unforeseen future. And then I thought, yeah, a while back I ordered that set with the roof cargo boxes and a bicycle kit, and I was thinking what kind of a car would look real nice with that long roof box on it, as well as a mountain bike mounted on the side there. And I was thinking about all the old car magazines that I used to buy when I was a little bit younger, from the UK. And in the UK they had a lot of Volkswagens, and I thought they looked kind of neat with roof boxes, so I put this into my cart. A Fujimi Golf GTI. It's a Mark III Golf GTI. I already have the Mark II. I wanted the Mark I, but I missed out on buying that last weekend. But yeah, so I went ahead and ordered this guy, or put him in my cart, and then I thought, maybe it's not the coolest car. It's not even a cool car to begin with, but there must be another car that looks better than this with a roof box on it. But I still went ahead and got this simply because it has some engine bay details right here, and we can make this look kind of neat. And this is also the car that I went ahead and got the BBS wheels for. But instead of the Golf, for the roof box build, I got this Impreza GRB GRB Impreza WRX SGI thing, which is a 2007. This kit actually builds into a 2007 or a 2010 version. The main difference being the front bumper area, so you get the individual bumpers for each model year. But I reckon lowered and on some Volks Racing T37s. these guys. It will look quite neat with a mountain bike on the top, and as well as the cargo box. And perhaps I will dirty it up a little bit, because Subarus are meant to be dirty. That's just a fact of nature, a law of nature even. Yeah. So those were the kits that I got from Hobbylink Japan, and I bought over a couple of months. And yeah, so I had a work-related trip to Germany where we went to visit the Ford factory, and I saw some cool cars, and I got really inspired. As well as right next to my hotel there was a hobby shop that was going out of business, so I spent a little bit of money there and filled up my suitcase and brought home some stuff. Although none of the stuff that I got inspired by the cars on the street, because they didn't have the correct kits, but orders have been made, or an order has been made. But anyways, I actually saw some Ferraris, but they were all 488 and a GTC4, I believe. Looks like a station wagon. But he had the F50 and he had the Enzo Ferrari in that store, so I went ahead and I bought the Enzo, because it's a little bit neater looking than the F50 to me. Plus, I used to have a poster of the F50 in my room when I was a kid, and I'm quite tired of that design from looking at it for many years on that poster. Yeah, so this kit kind of did not survive the trip home. It has severe warping on it. It could also be the fact that it was packaged in real tight plastic bag. But I got some ideas that I want to do with this car, mostly just painting it a different color than you usually see Ferraris in. So yeah, not lots to show there, but we'll see how it fares when it comes together. If the warping is too much for me to handle or something, I don't know. Yeah, so I got the Dassault Rafale M as well, because I've been after a Rafale for a long time now, I think. My hobby store never got it in, and I never got to ordering it off Hobbylink or anywhere else, but spotted it in that store, and it was not that expensive, so I jumped on it and I took it home. And I won't be doing this anniversary edition. It has the more mundane regular service scheme as well, and I like that more. And the second car I got was the Chevy Corvette C5R, the the blue car, not the yellow car. Le Mans 24-hour endurance race car. Looks like a neat kit with lots of details, full engine and stuff, and I will have to make the body removable when it's finished, so I can take it off and show off the engine, because the front end doesn't open like it should. Don't have much to say about that, but yeah. And also one of my passions in the Armor 1/35 scale is the soft skins, and this guy was in there, so of course I took it home. And all these kits except for the Enzo survived the trip home quite well, so this is just a kit that I bought. I got nothing else to say about that, I guess. So yeah, those are the kits that I've gotten so far. Have a car coming on the way, and perhaps a little later another Humvee, a Humvee in 1/35 scale as well, because I really like them soft skin armors on the wheels instead of the tracks for some weird reason. And yeah, what's coming up, I guess, I'm still working on the BMW, kinda trying to get it finished by doing a little each night, maybe 10 minutes, like a coat of paint or something, and then do something else. But I showed you guys this kit in the last update in February, And this is coming up after the BMW is finished. I'm going to enter this dude into a group build, and since it's only 20 parts, I'm gonna have some fun with painting it. I'm gonna try and do some elaborate paint scheme on it. Other than that, it is not gonna be anything special, I believe. So yeah, that's kind of like the building plan. And then we've got the flanker, as always, looming there. I got it sitting right next to my table, so I can always see it. And I kind of really want to start getting to it. I'm getting the feel in my fingers, like I need to build that big ass jet. And also the Night Fighter group build that I had planned on entering. I'm not so sure that I will do that now, because my heart is kind of dead set on. I got so many ideas for car builds. I kind of want to just get to the car builds. I just can't build fast enough. And also the jets. I've been watching some jet videos online, and yeah, cars and jets are where the heat is at the moment, I guess. And then there's the tanks, and they're always. I got this one weird phase where my mojo is flowing so profoundly that I just want to build all the things, and nothing actually gets built. But anyways, I think I rambled on quite long enough, even for a 2-month update rambling. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.